time for round number 6. I'm going to pass it on over to the booth.
Thank you so much, Maria. Thank you, Marty and Cedric. Ailey Loney alongside Corey Baumeister. And we have the pleasure of bringing you something a little fringe in this round as we check out this Omniscience deck in the hands of Samuel Loy. It's going to be sweet to see if he can get the combo off, because you and I commentated RC Portland last weekend, and we saw a couple of players bringing this to the table, but no one ever really fired.
Yeah, nothing really made it to the top 8, but a very powerful deck, and a deck that's kind of tough to be prepared for if it's not on a lot of people's radar, because it attacks you in such a very unique way. So, yeah, will be interesting up against such an interactive deck like Is It Lessons.
Yes. We are going to jump down to the feature match area here and see how this shakes out between what is pretty much a known quantity. I bet everyone tested against Is It Lessons coming into this weekend. Maybe a couple played against this Bats Omniscience deck, but or Simic Omniscience deck, but let's see how the cookie crumbles as we get ready to go. Mateo Ferreira up at the top of your screen, starts with 6 cards in hand, and Samuel Loy down below.
Either way, I want one of those Samuel Loy shirts.
Yeah.
That looks nice.
Do you think he's got a merch store?
It's got to be. Yeah, so far, Samuel Loy is talking it and walking it right now.
I mean, if you're not going to be your biggest fan, then you can't expect anyone else to be. Yeah.
Exactly. See, I think some of the big things that we're going to be looking out for here from this matchup is Cavern being number 1, so you can just resolve Kona. And now the game kind of changes for Mateo. Like, you really just need to, on that key turn 4, have the ability to have a removal spell ready to go. So within combat or with the tap ability on the stack for Kona, you can just kill the creature. Because normally you can interact with this card pretty favorably by just countering it. It's a sorcery speed 4-drop. Same is true for removal spells. You can just kill it. A big card to watch out for that is Lost in the Maze to give it hexproof immediately. But also, we need a land from Samuel right now.
We sure do. You know, finding Cavern is good and all, and there is a Verge to get 3 lands on the board. Does have pretty much everything you could want in hand. He just has to get through whatever Mateo Ferreira is doing.
Yeah, absolutely. So had the choice of playing the Rolling Dragonstorm there immediately to just make sure you hit land drop number 4, but is prioritizing holding up counter spells to just deal with the powerful proactive elements from Mateo, like Endurance or Monument.
Yeah, he's got Dispelling Exile in hand, so maybe you want to, pay a little bit of attention to what Mateo's doing, because we have seen these Lessons decks just snowball out of control. As soon as they resolve what are their permanents, if it's whether the Monument or Talent, things are gonna get real dicey quickly.
Yep, totally agree. Same thing with the Omniscience deck. You get that thing going, and all of a sudden you win the game on the spot. And we have a lot of the pieces ready to go. You need Kona, you need Omniscience, and then you need Meringue River Regents with the Dragonstorms to make it just for sure GG.
Yeah.
Casting just a bunch of spells for free is usually good enough, but that's kind of the problem with the Simic Omniscience deck in general, is you kind of need a lot of combo pieces to do such a thing. Like, we still need the planet land to be able to tap Kona as well, so. Yeah, nice counterspell target here for Samuel. Probably be very happy to fire off that Dispelling Exile.
I mean, if not on this, then what? Dispelling Exile going to... Did we reveal Dragon, or are we just paying the full price?
No, just 2, no matter what.
Oh, yeah. If it's Beheld, then they have...
Yeah. If you don't have any mana up, you might as well not show any information. And there is Uthros, so now it's ready to go. Uthros is, of course, a land that enters tap, so we can't do it just this turn, but has to be basically the best draw in Samuel's deck right after drawing that 3rd land off the top. So, yeah, running hot, playing hot, and drawing hot is the way to do it here at a Pro Tour.
Rolling Dragonstorm, important
just got one
card here in the combo, as you mentioned. Let's see what he's going to end up chucking away. Draw 2, discard 1.
And now Mateo's in a really rough spot where we have another Monument to fire off and easily could be the play, but then you can just lose the game. So we didn't play the station land because you don't need to. You can still station if it's tapped. Next turn, Samuel is all ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
Where if, I mean...
He's got it locked up, right?
Because just locked up. I'm trying to think. There's no... thing you can do for interaction, because when you turn it sideways...
It's hexproof.
Exactly. The station goes on the stack, but the creature's already tapped, and there's no way to target it. So it should be all good to go. There's an It'll Quench You where you can counter one of the free spells.
Sure.
So,
But look what's in his hand. He's got three, excuse me. Three? Are
three
you?
Meringue Riverrange. But you know what?
Okay.
One of those is getting quenched.
Oh, fine. There is Uthros. Titanic God Core. Hits the board. Beast is uncounterable, courtesy of Cavern of Souls. Station active.
I would like to go to second main.
And importantly, you get to put the Omniscience into play. It's not going on the stack.
Cost.
So now this can get quenched, and you know, more than likely,
How are you casting this?
Mateo is going to counter this, but
The creature side.
Okay, Meringue.
Gotta make sure.
yeah.
Yep, there's the quench. That'll go away. But wait, there's more. And bouncy, bouncy, bounce. Basically, what's going to happen here? Samuel's going to bounce that Roiling Dragon Storm multiple times, dig through the deck, find Terror of the Peaks, and then start blasting.
That is Omniscience working
Nice.
really on all cylinders there. That was impressive.
Yeah, that
stuff.
was a great setup. You know,
Yeah.
he didn't have it all, you know, in the opening hand, but drew into it nicely. So
Yep, and that's the thing. Up against this Isn't Lesson deck, you do get a good amount of time. Now,
Yep.
this is the start that Mateo really needed, is Grand to just get something going right away
yeah,
and start filling up your graveyard as fast as possible.
question technique in the bin there.
And we see cards like Seer left in. You know, there's one creature you can kill with that. It's just that important that you have to respect it.
Because, you know, it's not always going to look like that where you have protection for Kona off the bat.
Yes.
Sometimes there is a window to get it, and you want to be able to get him in that window.
Exactly. Torch the Tower usually is one of the better cards up against the Simic Omniscience deck. Just 1 mana. Most of the time, you're able to just kill Kona. But yeah, when you have protection with Lost in the Maze, doesn't matter.
Great start here for Mateo. Having Gran and the enchantment that does a very good Gran impersonation, or it's the other way around. I'm not entirely sure.
Yep.
But we do have artist's talent there too. So now we're going to be able to start discarding with every non-creature spell cast. Land 3 would be fantastic for Mateo. It's in hand there. An island also has Egna Kayla, which is another great way to keep things going in the late game.
Yep, and then the Rawl, if you can get that down before you're, you know, essentially in check, basically.
Yep.
If Samuel has 3 mana, one of them being a station land, at any point you can lose the game. So you really want to be deploying as many things as possible until you get to that point, and then you start fighting over what matters. And I mean, with 3 formidable speakers here, you're able to just play one of those, go get Kona, and at least set up that piece of the puzzle. Now, no Omniscience, no Meringue River Region, any of the other final pieces as of yet.
Mateo decides, I would like to get my battlefield going a little bit better here, so levels up the talent. Formidable Speaker is going to chuck himself into the bin. I know, don't be so hard on yourself, JD. And goes and fetches Kona, the rescue beastie.
And here's the tough part about playing against this deck, because Mateo doesn't know that Samuel doesn't have Omniscience, so is almost assuredly not going to fire off that Kona next turn. But you have to respect it. And then, are you playing too coy against it? And now all of a sudden you're not progressing your own game, your own battlefield? That can be the problem.
Stock up now. Draw and discard off of that, courtesy of Artist's Talent. Also has the discount.
Okay, and now this is nice, because no matter what, Mateo has the ability to sear or quench something. So Mateo doesn't know there's a cavern to resolve Kona, but with having the sear can still just deal with it within combat.
Yeah. No Lost in the Maze just yet to protect the beastie.
It's in hand, though, so we very well might see that get deployed, and then the following turn try to set it up.
Mateo looking at quite a few options in hand, just deciding how he wants to sculpt it. The Seer, it'll quench your Ral Crackling Wit. If he can get to it, Ral would be a pretty nice addition to his battlefield.
Yeah, sticking a Planeswalker, gaining that value, and then holding up Disruption for the combo, that's definitely the point you want to get to. But it's tough to get there, that's for sure. Big moments as far as what to select off stock up.
I don't think I'm going to get there.
Yeah. That's the easy one.
saying,
with that attitude.
yeah, saying I'm not going to get through my deck here, and that's that makes a lot of sense. So. Wow.
Seer on a formidable speaker.
Ooh, okay.
Gran want to get frisky, so chuck in another land into the yard.
That could be very regrettable because now, okay, we have another seer, it looks like. I was going to say, if you don't have another seer, searing a formidable speaker is very questionable because formidable speaker, the body of it, it's a blocker.
Yeah.
It's, you know, you're not winning with combat damage from the Simic side, so there's really no reason to kill that unless you have another spell.
Not their game plan at all. But, you know, maybe Sam thinks the door's open here. Let's just go for it. Why not?
The problem is going for it doesn't accumulate to really doing too much as you're not putting in omniscience. You know, you can, I guess, put into play like a formidable speaker or something. I would imagine this is a setup turn.
Yeah, sure.
Dubs is 4. 4.
There's Lust in the Maze in hand, and consult the start charts if he really wants to be mana efficient and do something on Mateo's end step. Doesn't have all the blue mana able to do all that, though.
Yeah, we very well could see something like a Lost in the Maze plus a consult the star chart unkicked. That would be something that's possible.
We don't have 3 blue, though.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, that's very true.
Just green and colorless off caverns for now.
Yeah, probably not seeing that. So probably just seeing a kick consult the star
think?
charts, which just gets spell pierced.
Yeah.
Take one.
We shall see.
16.
Go, Granny, go.
Now, just one lesson
I'll pass.
in the grave. The accumulate wisdom's there and ready to go if you can get some more lessons.
Instead?
But the lantern will be able to deal with
Going
that
for
pretty
it.
easily.
Lost in the Maze. Cost 2 mana up, so it doesn't get pierced.
It'll quench you and spell
Tarzan
pierce
four?
it, just like, should we team up?
Team up, yeah. 2 for 1.
And honestly, you're pretty priced into it.
You
because
gotta,
what
right?
do either of those spells do to Kona once this is in play?
Nothing.
Nothing. So
Trigger.
at least you can loot away some of your cards you
Yeah.
want.
Viral. This isn't your match, buddy.
Yep.
Pays the 2, and it'll quench you. It's the quenchiest.
And does loot away the extra artist talent. And now having a seer and accumulate
That's a strength
wisdom,
three.
normally really good, but the lantern checking into just anticipate instead of ancestral recall is a big difference.
Absolutely. That Soul Guide Lantern messing up all of the graveyard shenanigans Mateo could possibly have in mind.
Yep. Soul Guide Lantern was already pretty strong before Lessons, you know,
Yeah.
jumped onto the scene because of Reanimator. And now with Lessons being a big deck, it is just one of the best sideboard cards in Standard.
Some people are main decking it. That's how much respect they're putting on the archetypes that
Oh,
utilize the graveyard.
Yeah,
16.
what a card.
So you're at 16, I'm at 18, right? Okay.
Big things here for Samuel. How does he want to take this turn?
Yeah, and it looks like behind the Spell Pierce, I believe, is another lesson. So the senior discount on the table here from Grand Grand.
Also the discount off of the
Exactly.
artist
The
talents.
things are
So
extremely cheap.
yeah. Wisdom and Seer able to be cast.
Yep.
Yes.
And doesn't
Wisdom.
go
All
for
right.
anything.
Trigger resolves.
And now we will do
Yeah, 2.
a check. Okay. Yep. Unfortunately, we got to put away that ancestral recall. It's just anticipate. There we go.
Did he activate it?
It is only 2, so we heard them communicate only 2,
that's
so that card in the back, not a lesson. So just
Oh,
the
gotcha,
combustion
gotcha.
and
No,
quench.
Untap.
All right.
Now it is active.
Now it's
though.
active, yes. Okay.
So Monument here
Ooh. Nice
does
pick.
cost 1.
Ain't that nice?
Yeah, now it looks like we... Ooh, so this was a little risky. It's not going to work out, you know, too poorly. But if there was another Accumulate Wisdom,
Yeah.
which we drew, oh, good timing from Samuel.
Well done, Samuel.
Any other timing, Mateo got a 1 mana draw 3 there.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Monument trigger. Trigger's good.
So Grand's discount no longer applies, but we have seen this deck fill its graveyard extremely quickly. So
And just look at the difference this one lantern made. The Accumulate Wisdom that only got to draw 1 instead of 3, and now the one that you just had to discard. Yeah. So that's just one lantern that basically prevented 4 extra cards for Mateo. No big deal.
Given a question here, does he want to answer this? Consult the star charts on the end step. He can counter it with 3 steps ahead that is in hand.
Yep. Importantly,
for this
cannot
match.
be disdainful stroked, even though 4 mana was paid. You know, similar where this could get spell snared. You know, those kind of interactions. You got to make sure you know.
Okay.
Okay.
So X is 5.
And now it is an omniscience check. Any cards that cost 10 mana?
Who knows?
Yeah, that's really all that's for sure missing. Now the Seer could still deal with Kona, of course.
Yep, still no way to protect a tapped critter. I did see a Lost in the Maze, I think. Maybe there were 2 there for Samuel.
Yeah, and that's something you want to prioritize. Oh, that is both. Both. Enchantments are exactly what Samuel wants right now and finds both cards that we really need.
Yep.
That was a great consultation with the star charts.
That being said, Gran and Monument combo here is ready to go.
Yeah, Mateo's going to counter anything that goes in this deck.
Take 1. 15.
So did a little looting with Gran, draw an extra card with Monument. And the pressure in air quotes is on for Mateo, as you know, this kind of card advantage, you'll be able to just kind of deal with everything. But the pressure in the sense of actually closing this game out fast,
Yeah.
not necessarily.
Double omniscience.
6 invest.
Would you like some insurance on your omniscience? Call 7 blue, blue, blue.
What a card, Omniscience. You know, we saw this card. It seemed like it was kind of on its way out when Umbrello's Awakening was gone, but I mean, there is still it's still an incredibly powerful effect. One of the most powerful effects ever. So finding a way to utilize it, still still something that these players will have on their mind.
Lost in the Maze on the stack. 3 steps ahead says no thank you. Got some triggers to resolve here. The monument as well as the artist's talent.
So that is just the counter target spell mode.
Does this result?
Sorry.
I draw?
Yeah.
Okay, that was at the upkeep, trying to put the pressure on Mateo before the main phase, before you draw extra cards.
Yeah.
Samuel having a look at what was exiled with the Soul Guide Lantern, just to get a quick count on what he could still expect for the rest of this matchup. Gran doing her bestest to chip away at Samuel's life total, but we really want to see this monument to endurance go.
Upgrade a treasure with monument.
Yep, but that's the thing. Mateo's doing a fantastic job of just stopping Samuel from assembling 2 pieces.
Yeah.
Basically just stop it. The Kona's not going to be countered, and as long as Mateo can sear the creature, then Mateo will be fine here. So keeping those Lost in the Maze off the battlefield
that's been crucial.
Is, you know, exactly what you need to be doing.
Sure. Yep.
So Mateo knows where the threats lie. Can deal with a critter so long as it's not hexproof.
All right, you don't want to be drawing this many Omniscience, okay?
Okay. Just 30 mana worth of spells just between those 3 cards.
Yes,
Here
not
comes Formidable
exactly
Speaker.
what you want.
I think we're going to chuck an Omniscience, if I were to guess.
I think that's a solid bet. If that resolves, we're going to get rid of that. And then it's the real question of what do you find for your creatures? Probably Meringue River region, but I could even see a second Kona.
Yeah, backup.
To just try to keep forcing through and say, all right, you have to have multiple Seers to be able to kill these Konas.
Every key creature needs an understudy.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Or a big old dragon.
Yeah, that too. That'll do.
Being able to get yourself a Sift, a Coil, and Catch.
Oh, sorry. That is all right.
It's also something that doesn't die to a Seer.
That's good enough for me.
Step. Copy monument. Trigger.
Whoa, nice.
There is a spicy one, so.
Haven't seen that happen very often.
Yeah, no kidding.
Draw.
Artifact or creature.
Yeah, Mateo's playing three steps ahead in the main deck here. Just for this kind of combination, not only is it just a hard counter, but copying Monument really speeds up the game here.
And that's exactly where he wants to be, because the longer this goes, Samuel's going to find the pieces to cobble together this this combo, or just beat him to
Attachments,
death with a
trigger.
Meringue River Regent, but this is looking good.
Yeah.
Discard raw.
Mateo's played this incredibly
Very
well.
Yeah.
Yep. Would you like?
Picked his spots, countered what he needed to.
Minimize the risks at the perfect time, and now it's almost at that position where it's just like Samuel is too far behind.
I mean, just look how
to be able to get
quickly
it.
he's playing. Look
Yeah.
at him casting all these things.
Strong.
Yeah, and that's the thing is we don't have
Deal
the,
six.
the clock for these players, you know,
2, 5,
directly on the screen, but this has been a long match already, and they're going to go to game 3, a draw at this stage. Definitely something these players do not want on their record.
Accumulate wisdom. Could be an upkeep trigger just to kill Samuel.
Trigger.
Yeah. Yeah, this game looks to be over
Yeah.
right now.
Discard. I'll create 2 treasures, deal 3.
So I'll go to 2.
You go to 2, I have.
And then you'll go to dead.
Yep.
You can block. Yep.
You can block. Bye, Granny.
Granny has done enough work here in this match. I think we can,
She's been
we can
hustling.
figure out the rest.
Consult the star charts. No more triggers left to
I'm
deal
gonna cast
damage.
this in your upkeep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mateo's just like, I'm going to do this. You're going to die. But Samuel looking anyway, just to see what's on top of the library. And we get a game 3.
Yep, absolutely. So I think the big difference between game 1 and game 2 was that turn 1 Grand. You
Yeah.
need that thing to get that just snowballing so you can actually get card advantage to interact at every point.
Yeah.
So let's see. It doesn't look to be there quite yet. The hand is very good for Mateo. And oh, Grand off the top! Oh my goodness. Grand's always got your back.
That's Grand's music.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Soul God Lantern. Okay, so this did slow Mateo down a little bit, but it looked like it didn't matter at all in the grand scheme of things in the last game.
In the grand scheme of things.
Yes, thank
Actually,
you.
yeah.
I walked right into that one. You know, Mateo really had an excellent start, and in that, I think it was on turn 3, he decided to level up the artist talent instead of holding up interaction,
Yes.
and that really, really solidified his game plan for the rest of the match. So the rest of
Definitely.
the game. So
And that's something that you can't do when you're on the draw. Like if you level up to 3, next turn you could die.
Yeah.
You know, so that dynamic will change a little bit here. But the sacrificing lantern is a huge sign of weakness.
yes,
Because you want that card in play, especially with Grand here on the battlefield already.
Samuel opting for card draw. Maybe he saw it didn't do all that much last time. I just died to monuments. So
I'd like to name.
That hand is horrendous from Samuel.
Yeah.
You have an elf?
this is an oof.
Good elf.
That's hilarious. You're like, I want to name Druid. We don't have that. I'll take Elf.
Druid.
It's close
Yeah,
enough.
Yeah.
Those are the rules.
Just right on the sleeve with a
Yeah, either
erasable
way,
marker. You're
either
fine.
way, it's just saying Formidable Speaker is going to resolve.
Good?
Yeah.
Chuck and
No sense in
Uthros.
this deck.
Yeah.
Let's go find Kona. Nope, Meringue River Regent.
It makes
All right.
sense. You just need more cards here to be able to discard some of those lands. Like, we're so far away from any. Terror of the Peaks is a card you legitimately just don't ever want to draw. You just want it to be in the middle part of your deck. Maybe even the bottom card of your deck, you can probably still win if it's there. And of course, this is a Simic deck, but technically Teamer, but this is a card that you
This isn't
are
something you're
almost never
casting.
casting unless it's free.
Or if you have 2 caverns or dragon.
There you go. But we already got one on Druid or Elf, so
It's a druid.
so it's going to be tricky to get that Terror of the Peaks castable.
Stranger things have happened on the Pro Tour.
That's true. Okay. Heretic Reclamation, a solid answer to a monument if that
Yeah.
were to hit. That is just
Oh,
a very
draw, I think
flexible
this
card. Can just, I mean, that really is a card that just says, I'm going to deal with, is it lessons? It's like, do you have a monument? Do you have a talent? Or is your graveyard big? I'm going to
Yeah.
deal with whatever is the problem.
Checks all the boxes. Love to have a label maker in the feature match area.
Yeah, no kidding. Convenient. All right, now Samuel's hand is functional at least. I mean, it did look like we drew a lot of lands, but we at least drew another Meringue River Regent to loot some stuff away. And now you have the Heritage Reclamation, but still a hand that needs some work.
Mateo chucking counter spells. It's like, yep, no, I'm just gonna. You do your thing, man. Let's just develop this battlefield here. Spire Bluff Canal Island, Quentia, Artist Talent, and Monument to Endurance in hand. Samuel's tapped out, so
Yeah, and Mateo.
Go ham.
Mateo's playing a much more controlling version of Lesson. This is really interesting. You know, we very much saw the all proactive style from the World Championship. Mateo's playing 3 It'll Quench You, 3 steps ahead, 2 spell snares as far as counter spells in the main deck. And I like that. Is It Lessons may have not got really that many new toys besides Steam Vent and spell snares, but the configuration you can have as far as your disruption can always change.
Yeah, you know, more threats have been introduced to the format, so having answers at opportune times will serve him well.
Senior discount is online here.
Here comes Artist's Talent. Does Samuel have anything to say about that?
Looks like consult or just get that Heritage Reclamation ready to go.
Yeah. What mode are you picking? What are you liking the most right now?
I mean, I would think destroying Monument is kind of what you want to do the most. But yeah, I wouldn't fire it off proactively right now. I would have probably did the same thing as Samuel and also got blown out by it. A stamped It'll Quench You there. I like that. That's a flex.
No. So I played Elandra. That's how I played Elandra?
I do believe.
I mean, you must have.
We have.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's the thing. Always got to remember when you're really in the moment. You know, these players are playing for so much. It's like, God, I know this was just a couple minutes ago, but already.
I swear I was keeping track of this.
Okay.
The thing I've seen one of the players do is play their land for turn upside down.
Yeah.
So that they always know that is the one that just came in.
Yep, that's fair. That would bug me too much as a player.
Yeah, but then when you're done with it, you turn it around.
Yeah.
Combustion technique.
So it looks
Gotta
like.
cause a couple triggers here.
I'll draw another card.
Wow. Drawing a card. Okay, and then when we attack, that's going to make a treasure, so Mateo has some interaction on Samuel's turn. We know Samuel is far away from doing the thing.
Yeah.
But Mateo
It's not
doesn't
looking
know
hot
that.
right now.
Yeah, Mateo doesn't know that, and all Mateo has is 1 disdainful stroke. So there's a world where Samuel would go Cavern on Kona, play it, tap it, game's over.
You have how many cards? 6?
Yeah, but as it stands, I mean, Mateo is now at the point where he could just be like, all right, I'm the beatdown. Sure, I have Grand, but every discard is going to deal 3 more to you.
Yup.
Dragon.
Okay, so this looks to be an uncounterable Meringue River Regent, but it's like not that good.
No? It bounces
2 things.
2
so
things, Grand and
Monument
maybe?
Grand. Sure.
Yeah.
ATB?
Yeah.
I mean, we have seen players counter uncountable things just to get triggers on the stack.
Yep.
You're at 18, I'm at 18, right?
And here is what we saw from turn 2 from Samuel, sacking that Lantern because the hand was kind of weak to begin with.
Yeah.
If that Lantern was in play and you're able to exile this graveyard and Mateo has to like tap out to play Monument and Artist Talent, looks a little better, but now you just replay those 2 things for 3 mana. It's not that great of an exchange.
Yep.
Slows him down, if that. I mean, you know, Samuel probably recognizing, all right, I need to get some pressure down on this board, so here, catch.
I mean, this is a 3-turn clock.
Yeah.
So, and Mateo just has counterspells, so we do have the land to start looting. So we can do that to get some value going.
Race.
Oh, man.
Dragon again.
Oh, that's uncounterable Terror of the Week.
We're gonna see it. Let's go.
I totally apologize to Samuel for mocking the fact that we're going to cast Terror of the Peaks. This is incredible.
I'm so happy.
That was double Cavern off the top, by the way. To first make an uncounterable Meringue River Regent, and then a Terror. And yeehaw, the OTJ Mythic Rare is here to stay.
Lovely. Heritage Reclamation gets to blow up.
Draw a discard, and now the Monument is not popping off. That's another blue card off the top. And all of a sudden, a game that looked unwinnable from Samuel
Cavern.
now looks basically unwinnable for Mateo.
We teamer, baby. Heritage Reclamation in hand again. 3 lands. So not much else happening for Samuel. He needs another creature just to finish this game right now.
But the thing is Mateo is going to, even if we draw Combustion Technique, the best possible draw to kill Meringue River Regent, the Terror is going to win because we're going
Kona.
It doesn't even matter anymore. So we're going to attack here for...
Oh, wait, Kona. We don't have anything naming beast. No!
Yeah, so...
Curses. All right, Mateo survives at 1.
And that's the thing, though. You can't target Terror.
No,
so
you can't, because it will
Mateo
dome you.
can ever get out of this. You just can't ever beat Terror of the Peaks right now. So I think we're all done here.
Whee!
Samuel
My
Loy
goodness.
is going to take this down.
You know what? Maybe he is the greatest Magic player in the room, Corey.
Yeah.
Because he cast Terror of the Peaks in a Simic deck.
Absolutely. Some people just want it more, you know?
Yeah. Okay, we're digging. Let's see. Maybe 3 steps ahead finds something? Question mark.
I mean, you need like 2 removal spells plus a Tidebinder. Okay, that was Wan Shi Tong, I believe, Librarian.
Okay.
That could do something.
Okay, that gets in the way.
If we can Wan Shi Tong and get it up to 4 power and find a removal spell, that's what you need to do, because then you can block Terror, kill Meringue River Regent, and hope Samuel doesn't draw a creature.
Holy mackerel. He's digging.
Yep.
He's playing to every single out he could possibly think. I think that's a Tishana's Tidebinder in hand.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there is combustion technique, so
Oh, okay. Block the one, kill the other.
that is a way to kill Meringue River Regent.
Yeah. Do not target Terror, otherwise you are just dead. Okay, this got more interesting.
But this attraction's on the stack, and I think we might see, all right, sorry, I'm not going to discard anything and just put it to the graveyard, because you don't want to discard technique. And I think you need to play Wan Shi Tong just as a chump blocker right now.
Yeah.
So that is a way for Mateo to live through this turn by not discarding anything, playing a chump blocking Librarian, and combustion techniquing the Meringue River region. What a time to be alive.
Man, I'm with you. Mateo, what a spot to be in.
I'm thinking.
What are you thinking?
Samuel's
having a
smiles.
blast,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's having the best time, man.
On that. Yep.
Yeah, and that was just the spell just being countered. You know, you didn't discard anything there.
Yeah.
You may discard. If you do, you draw 2 cards. So that was just a hard cast and be like, nah,
Nah, I'm good.
I'll pass.
Good Lord. Okay, all right.
Yep.
That's got to
Creature.
do it.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, sure. Let's give Mateo a chance here. Let's show off what he has.
Here is a flash chump blocker. And then the Formidable Speaker is
do it.
able to go get...
No, he's just dead. Terror of the Peaks. Anytime
Yeah,
a creature enters.
That's true. I was going to say go get a dragon, but incredible.
Fantastic. The enters effect of Terror of the Peaks in combination with Formidable Speaker. Too much for Mateo to deal with, but boy, did he fight for that.
That's the one thing is this Omniscience deck usually does not have a plan B. So if you can deal with the plan A, that's, you know, pretty much how the games end. But, wow, that is the first time when I've seen a hard cast Terror of the Peak from a full-on Simic deck there. That was awesome.
I'm so happy. All right, friends, we got more magic, hopefully some more just like that after the break, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back to coverage of Pro Tour Lorwyn Eclipsed here in Richmond, Virginia. We are deep into our standard rounds. Ailey Loney alongside Corey Baumeister bringing you the action here. And we have seen incredible magic thus far today, Corey. Exciting moments all around. And I feel like, you know what? The audience deserves a little more.
A little more magic.
Little
I
more.
think we should give it to them.
Yeah, as a treat. As a treat. For good behavior, let's take a look here at our next feature match. It is Zevin Faust rocking a sweet Azorius tempo list up against Jean-Emmanuel Depraz, former world champion on Sultai Elementals. Funny thing happened at the past event that we were at where someone said, have you guys checked out Zevin Faust's list? It's so cool. I had a friend sitting next to him and he was just like, I don't know what to do against this.
Yeah.
It's just so cool. So an awesome take on the ban airbending, you know, using a couple of those critters, but also some sweet cards like Aven Interrupter, Floodpit's Drowner, Enduring Curiosity, doing everything on the opponent's turn.
Yeah, absolutely. Zevin definitely known for playing some spice and having some very strong results with it as well. Made the top 8 of the Pro Tour Mat NAS one with a Golgari up the beanstalk style deck. Yeah, that was a really nice one.
So as we join this match in progress, Zevin is up a game against Jean-Emmanuel, playing 4 copies of himself in the main deck, as is to be expected. And he's also playing, you know, kind of a different riff on the Sultai Reanimator deck, where he's just going full on these elementals that were released with Lorwyn Eclipse. You know, Sunderflock being the Haymaker right at the top. We've got Deceit, we've got Emptiness, playing all of the sweet mythics from the set.
Yeah, absolutely. And it kind of is trying to do the evoke one of your powerful elementals things, and then when it's about to die, using something like Not Dead After All, Undying Malice to be able to bring them back, something that we saw from like Grief, Fury, you know, in Modern. Kind of trying to do the same thing. So that makes sense why we're seeing something like Soul Guide Lantern being brought in to break up that synergies a little bit. Now that being said, the synergies don't necessarily get broken up if you do something like Wistfulness. Because you can stack it in such a way where you remove the lantern and then bring it back. So.
Glarb, Calamity's Augur, a great card if you're digging through a library for very expensive creatures like those elementals. So just being able to cast, or, you know, basically manipulate the top of your library to dig deeper, find those elementals, and be able to cast them off the top. You can also surveil, which is pretty sweet.
And looking at the interaction that Zevin has, there's not a lot for just 3 drops. There's 4 Seam Reps. This is a 4 High Noon deck, Spell Snare, so really hostile to 2 drops, going wide, playing a lot of spells, but something like Glarb could be very difficult to deal with from Zevin.
A Johnny, Outland Chaperone from Lorwyn Eclipsed, makes a couple Kitkin. Let's see which mode he chooses on him. Yep, gonna make some friends.
Yeah, and hey, that is one way to actually kill Glarb if we get that turned sideways. And if you don't turn it sideways, you're not trying to attack down the Ajani and trying to get that off the battlefield.
Does have the ability to -2 and deal 4 damage to a tapped creature. That's a very white spell-coded ability.
If it was -2, just deal 4 damage to a creature, you know, being able to remove Glarb
that would be a Chandra.
would be very good. Yeah, we'd start seeing those extremely powerful planeswalkers of history's past. And now we see Not Dead After All in hand, maybe not necessarily another Evoke Elemental to kind of do the combo, but that Soul Guide Lantern could very well be shutting that down anyways.
Because there is an opportunity where it is in the yard for Zevin to respond.
Exactly, yep. It will still go to the graveyard for a split second, and that's when you can Soul Guide Lantern it away.
Underground Mortuary. Does JD like what's on top? Okay. Now he's allowed to look at any time.
Let's see, I believe that is a Deceit in the back. So, yeah, the Soul Guide Lantern is definitely doing the thing here.
It's such an annoying little wrinkle in game plans.
Yeah, Lantern.
For the graveyard players.
Just maybe the best sideboard card in Standard right now. I mean, look at all the applications. We've seen it good against Reanimator. We've seen it good against Lessons. Now good against the new kind of spicy deck that Jean-Emmanuel Depraz brought to the table. There it is. Formidable
He played
speaker,
himself.
casting formidable speaker here, at least for the first time on camera that we've seen, and that just feels good.
Not dead after all. Going to get thrown in the yard. Its usefulness in decline since Soulguide Lantern hit the board.
Looks like Sunderflock was pulled to the front there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like that. Wistfulness to deal with Lantern
Yeah.
is another option, but
Wistfulness would be useful. But let's see where JD goes to. It is going to be Wistfulness.
okay.
Turn passes back to Zevin.
Makes sense. Untapping with a Planeswalker.
Always
Just
feels
as good now as it's always been. Well, this is just incremental advantage here, ticking up the ultimate of a Johnny. You know, could come into play for sure, but going to just be making tokens here for a good amount of turns.
I think I saw a Enduring Innocence in his hand, and that's just another way to gain advantage off of all the tokens being made off of a Johnny. So,
Yeah, that's great.
what does he want to do?
We did see Zevin going pretty deep at the regional championship last weekend.
Yeah,
It's at least 8-1 in the feature match area. Didn't convert it into a top 8, but still had a solid result playing this Azorius Tempo deck as well.
there we go. Enduring Curiosity, plussing a Johnny, get a Kithkin, draw a card. Not too bad.
Enduring Innocence for this one, but also has Enduring Curiosity as well. This is a double Enduring deck.
I love it. I love it. This is a sweet list.
Yeah, it really is powerful.
Good old honest, I'm going to play on your turn magic.
Yeah, 4 high noons in the main deck is saying a lot, too,
Yeah.
about what you expect to play against.
Yeah.
Probably not the matchup that we, leave these in.
Well, I mean, it kills a lot of the elementals. If
Yeah.
you need to pop it.
Yeah, that is fair.
But, you know, that being the cherry on top of an already established board state, that's not something you're playing on turn 2. That's something, well, maybe you do.
Yeah, against Cub decks. I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's an anti-Cub card for sure. Trying to storm off essentially on a turn.
Yeah. Just keeping everyone in check.
Oh, and wow,
Nice.
wistfulness off the top.
Oh.
And that is very
Now it
importantly
comes back.
exile.
Oh, it's
instead
exiled,
of
you're right.
destroy. So
Yes.
a huge interaction. And now that's JED saying, I don't have to wistfulness the Lantern to be able to bring it back type thing. It's, well, I'll play the one off the top of my library, get rid of the card that you're being proactive with, and save the wistfulness for the
Nice.
Lantern later if you have to.
So Jean-Emmanuel Depraz' avenue of attack has changed. We see Superior Spider-Man in hand. I think he's just going to be a 4/4 at this rate.
Yeah, no targets or anything so far.
Yeah.
And as far as a Johnny goes, it's -8. That's the ultimate, which, I have not seen very often, to say the least.
Oh, what is it? Go on.
Yeah, being able to look at the top X cards of your library, where X
yeah.
is your life total, and you may put any number of non-land permanent cards with mana value 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield.
Which, that's a lot of the deck.
Yeah, and, Zevin has a lot of life, so you would be able to just go really wide.
Yeah.
Put basically every creature in your deck into play, and, games get a little easier when you can do that.
What does JD have in terms of threats for that? He's got the Sunderflock in deck somewhere. Not
Yeah,
sure if he has it in hand.
Sunderflock, but that even doesn't return the Planeswalkers. I mean, Planeswalkers right now
I mean,
are
just in
very
terms of-
tough to deal with.
Not bouncing it, attacking it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And you
Wistfulness.
keep attacking with this, but these chump blockers with the Kithkins, going to be putting that in front of creatures left and right.
Planeswalkers that protect themselves. Very good.
Yeah, very true.
Also, another way to just keep applying pressure and developing the board state. Air Temple, abandoned Air Temple in lands there. As soon as you have enough things, just whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah, absolutely.
up.
We might even see that get active here. I think Zevin would like to do something a little more proactive, and there is a Tidebinder, Enduring Curiosity, Aang Swift Savior. So Zevin's hand is still great.
Yeah, that's a stacked hand.
Yeah, this
That's
looks
like a last
tough game for
resort.
JED.
All right.
So Tidebinder to counter whatever side of deceit,
That's
whether this be the
Yeah.
blue or black.
I bet he doesn't want his hand seen. I'm going to
Yeah.
go with that one.
And I would assume that would counter that ability, but we're not countering, you know, the evoke.
Okay.
So I would assume that creature still goes to the graveyard.
Yeah, yeah. Separate abilities.
Yep.
That Tashana can trigger. Requiting Hex does take care of Voice of Victory, so now Jean-Emmanuel can interact on Zevin's turn.
But I don't think we have a ton of actual interaction.
It's the first problem in a line of many problems that Zevin is presenting Jean-Emmanuel with. Oh, another one?
So that was another one off the top, and the way JD had to do it was using Cavern colorless mana to untap blue or black source just so you could cast this. And this interaction is nice. You can cast, with Glarb, you can cast stuff that costs 4 or greater off the top. Evoking one of these expensive cards does fit that description.
This is a sweet list.
This is a really sweet list. Playing Superior Spider-Man in a different way.
Yeah.
One of the most powerful cards in Standard.
Basically, you know, combining 2 pretty powerful decks here this weekend, or pretty well-represented ones, Elementals and the Reanimator deck.
And I think step 1 for JD was, all right, I'm playing 4 of myself, for sure.
Yeah.
And let's build a deck around it.
We'll figure out, what's everyone else doing? Well, that looks cool. A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Okay.
Johnny getting close to putting 19 cards worth of stuff on the board.
Yep, this is definitely getting close, and I just keep looking at a way to actually bounce the Ajani, destroy it. There are not a lot of ways here in JED's deck at all.
Oh, and you really don't want to bounce the Tidebinder either.
Yeah.
Okay, another formidable speaker picked up off the top there for Jean-Emmanuel.
So that can go get Sunderflock, and you can, that would bounce everything from Zevin.
Yeah, that might be step 1, and then you can attack.
Yeah.
All the blockers will be out, right?
Yeah. You can attack with Wistfulness, the blockers will be gone, but there are still just flash threats, so you can kind of just recast them and block.
And Jean-Emmanuel knows about those now, because the second Deceit did resolve.
Yep. And this is the classic. All right, I got to start reading how close we are to Ultimate, what exactly it does here from JED's
Turn clock, bud. Wistfulness attacking in at Ajani. One more Kithkin jumps in the way to save the Outland Chaperone. This has been a sweet match.
Yeah, very sweet. And Aang, Swift Savior in hand. I mean, that does stop any kind of Sunderflock action for a little bit at least.
I think JD might have enough, though, to recast it if it is.
Because
that's the last known card in hand.
2 green, 2 blue.
There's,
yeah, because he saw land, he
yep.
chucked the Enduring Curiosity, so Aang is in hand.
Yeah, I don't think JD knows about No More Lies, but with all these caverns, counterspells have just not looked great so far. I mean, we're very early in the tournament, but man, so many decks are playing 3, 4 caverns.
This order, yes.
And stacking it in such a way that you saw him stack his hands on top, first exile the Lantern, and then the Evoke going. So I would expect to see... Oh, did stack the looting that way. Okay. I see. That way, JED can discard something that wouldn't also get exiled from the Soul Guide Lantern.
Yeah.
A minor thing,
That's
but just
fair.
tight sequencing.
Optimal plays.
Exactly.
I expect nothing less from Jean-Emmanuel.
Exactly. Our world champion from a few years ago.
3 world champs ago?
I believe so. 23.
Seth, then Javier, then Jean-Emmanuel, yeah. So, some interaction in hand there for JED. Where's Zevin going with this turn?
Yeah, because at some point you're going to be able to attack down this Ajani, so...
It's going to have to be soon.
Zevin has to really consider, do I play Aang Swift Savior now proactively, or do I save it for the inevitable Sunderflock?
Yeah.
And looks to airbend out.
Nice. Tashana's Tidebinder.
Tidebinder, yep.
I like that. Very cool. No more lies in hand.
Looks like JD has Requiting Hex.
Yeah, you picked that up. Doesn't really have any great targets right now, but it will kill one of these Kithkin.
Hit a Kithkin.
No.
Do a little blighting.
Blight, yes. 24.
Nice.
Gain some
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, Glarber's not really going to be attacking too much, I don't think.
Yep.
From this point out.
The life more valuable.
Go.
Another
Alt, three.
Kithkin. Now we're in alt territory.
Yep, Johnny is ready to go.
Okay, all right.
And now the fact that, you know, God, that was a really nice play from
Intimidation
Zevin.
tactics.
The fact that we put the Tidebinder in the airbend zone, you
Yeah.
can't do something like intimidation tactics, get the Tidebinder on, and then Sunderflock, and then attack down a Johnny.
Sweet
Zevin-
play.
Yeah, really sweet play. I mean, that's why these players here are at the highest level of our game.
Oh, yeah.
Now you gotta think. I guess you can just turn all these creatures sideways. And if you can just hit a Johnny for one, that is enough this turn.
It's not going to be, though, because there's a Tidebinder in the way.
Yeah.
So intimidation tactics, going to take a look at Zevin's hand.
And it's definitely not gonna happen with two drowners.
Yowza, okay.
Okay. So Drowner.
One drowner down.
Wow, okay, that's gonna be
This is
tough.
Johnny's going to ultimate, man.
I think you are right. I think a Johnny, we're gonna see maybe our first Johnny ultimate of the weekend here.
Yeah.
Take 2.
And you can tell this is a list that Zevin is fine-tuned and played to death. He
Yes.
played it at the RC last weekend. He's playing it now, so he knows this deck inside and out.
Absolutely, and it's another one of those decks, you know, firmly in the other category where it's just tough for other people to be ready to play against
Yeah.
a deck like this.
You know?
Not set up against it. I mean, that being said, JAD's deck is very, you know,
It's
either
also
in
kind
the
of a
other
brew,
or
yeah.
also a bit of a brew.
So here comes the Flood Pit's Drowner before an attack can be made. Tapping down
so
one
same
of
as
this.
Lights.
Light. Just here, like in front.
Trying to
Stun
differentiate
counter.
between
Anyway.
Blight. Interesting interaction,
attack
the
again.
JED aspect of untapping Wistfulness, that would just remove the counter, but
Yeah.
you know, if JED is not going to do anything with the mana, at least Wistfulness will untap next turn.
I don't think it's going to matter.
Yeah, I don't know.
It depends. It depends if the top of the deck is kind to Zevin.
You mean the top 19
The top
cards of
19.
the deck?
The
Yeah,
top
if the top
rest of the
19
deck.
cards of the deck from Zevin are kind to him, then we might see a problem.
Tashana's Tidebinder jumping in. Got a Superior Spider-Man and Formidable Speaker in hand. Here comes Spidey.
Yep.
No More Lies says no thank you.
Yeah, and I guess that is the only way to truly answer it. Deceit
Yeah.
there to
I'm
be
at
able to
18,
bounce a Johnny. And,
Yeah.
and JD was setting that up the best he could to
Go.
have Superior
yeah.
Spider-Man on Deceit, and then Deceit to actually bounce the Johnny. And as it stands,
Didn't have Cavern on Spider or Man, unfortunately.
yeah, and I
Go on,
think it
Zevin.
is time.
We want to see it. Give the people what they want, Zevin Faust.
Yeah, and then that's the question. What
Let's
do
go.
we
So top 18.
what do we all get? How does the game look after all these creatures come into play? And normally it's like, wow, okay, that's an insurmountable amount of creatures. Sunderflock is still a card.
Yes, it is.
You know, so
It is. Let's see what he's got. All right, Aven Interrupter, High Noon.
okay.
Now, these are all just on the board, right? Everything?
Yeah, that's what it seems.
Is it
Put any
permanent?
number of
Non-land permanent?
non-land permanent with mana value 3 or less. So high news as well as
Oh, man.
lantern.
He's going to draw so many cards off of Enduring Innocence.
Zevin's having the time of his life.
Rest,
Hear the
how does it
players
have us
chuckling.
rest? Then shuffle. Oh, maybe I don't want all this stuff.
Good grief.
Wow. Okay, so you get all these airbend triggers. There's another
So
Johnny
I
that
shuffle
gets
and
to
then I'll
tick
choose my
up,
stack of
or
triggers.
you know you can deal 4 to one of these tapped creatures. This is amazing.
This is very, very cool. All right, let's resolve some triggers here.
Yeah.
Johnny,
We'll listen in here while the players determine what all the targets are.
These two High Noons do not have triggers. The Aven Interrupters don't have anything to target. These are the same.
Yeah, because those are just spells in the stack.
Two
right?
Innocences each will trigger. This Aven Interrupter does not have a target either. This one Chiton, no trigger. This, I'm not going to target anything. Soul Guide Lantern, I'll exile a Deceit.
And they don't go to hand or
Drowner.
anything if you don't play them, so it is a case of, you know, we're almost assuredly going to see them all come into play.
And
That is absurd.
2
This
Angs.
is awesome.
They'll both die to the legend rule, but I will target.
Yeah, I mean, you can airbend
Yeah.
2 of your
I'll
own
target 2
things out.
to airbend.
Yes.
Jeez Louise, that
Incredible.
was sick. I love that. Zevin Faust playing a sweet Azorius tempo brew that he's been playing. And you can just see Jean-Emmanuel's like,
Yeah.
I have nothing for this. Nothing, no Sunder Flock, no way to go and fetch it, or have it resolve at least, and just so much value.
Yeah,
That was
it just,
awesome.
you couldn't actually put it into play with High Nude. Even Interrupter is just going to interrupt it the one time you cast
Yes,
it.
yeah.
Even if, you know, then you can't recast it. So, yeah, that was really, really cool from Zevin. I'm excited to see more of that deck.
Absolutely. Yes, please. So we got more Magic for you, friends. Let's jump on down to another feature match here. It is Adrià Martín versus Francisco Sánchez, excuse me. Rakdos Monument versus Is It Lessons. So similar decks, but not exactly the same.
Exactly. We will see Monument of Endurance in both of the decks, but we'll be seeing a much more aggressively slanted deck here from the Rakdos side, playing tricky creatures to deal with, creatures that have the ability to discard a bunch of cards, and then traditional lessons as we've been seeing here for a couple months.
As we join these players, they are both at 1 game apiece. So this is the decider. Francisco Sánchez up at the top of the screen. Adrià Martín down below.
Yeah, we saw a
Red.
little bit of Rakdos Monument start to pop up here and there. Hasn't had any gigantic results, but I know Benton Madsen as well playing the deck, so quite a few people have brought it to the table.
Marauding Mako. Haven't seen you in a hot minute since
Exactly.
the days of Vivi.
And we have our 3/1 Iron Shield Elf to be able to discard a lot of cards.
Yeah,
You can create a lot of triggers with Marauding Mako here.
that is pretty sweet.
Yep, that is really the new card that I think kind of unlocked this. The ability to just discard as many cards as you want very much helps when you have a card like Monument.
Gran gets the abandoned attachments into the yard. Land. There's Ira's Demonstration in hand for Francisco. Got a Quantum Riddler. Another abandoned attachments.
A Soul Guide Lantern, it looks like, so a solid hand.
Quite a few options.
And we, of course, saw Francisco make it to the finals of Edge of Eternity,
Yeah,
losing to Michael Plummer.
super nice guy too.
Oh, yeah, very nice. Great Magic player as well.
Players starting their tournament off 3-2. They'll be looking to improve that.
Yeah, 3
But
and 2.
4 and
Still
X,
very
you make it
solid.
through.
Yep, 4 you're into day 2, so winning into day 2, of course. When you go into day 2 at 4 and 4, it's tough to
rough.
top 8, you know, but still, being able to make day 2 at these pro tours for AMPs, that is kind of the bread and butter of staying on, getting to play as many pro tours as possible.
Adjusted match points for anyone who is acronymically challenged, as I am. Bloodghast hits the board now.
Okay, well, I mean, I would say this is like the most ideal Iroh's demonstration of being able to kill 2 creatures, but when you do kill one of them as Bloodghast, it's coming back, but
Yeah.
still probably something that we very well could see Francisco fire off.
It's pesky. Francisco opting to go for abandoned attachments here.
Gets rid of the
This
only
works.
land, but, you know, the odds, you're probably going to draw another land, and that was Multiversal Passage off the top, and then one more card for the cost reduction from Gran. So something like the Iroh's Demonstration, and then has the ability to play something like Combustion Technique.
But he'd love to have an Accumulate Wisdom right now.
Yes. I feel like in general, you're always just wanting Accumulate Wisdoms in that deck. Now, can't do anything extremely powerful and proactive as far as, like, you know, you could Iroh's Demonstration, Warp Riddler for 1, non-creature for that, but now it is online for the cost reduction, but no Monument or anything to really start doing the thing.
Fires demonstration, as you mentioned, going to take care of those critters on board before they get out of range.
A free lantern to eat up a bloodcast is nice.
Oh, you love to see it. You ain't coming back with landfall, friend.
And now Francisco had the option to just warp a Riddler there, but since it wasn't full value, is just holding up a Seer for a creature, as well as the possibility of sacrificing a lantern if you want to.
Moon Shadow, new card from Lorwyn Eclipsed. And Iron Shield Elf. All right, so we can make this real big, but alas, not enough cards in hand to get it out of range of that.
Yeah, very good timing, killing it with this on the stack, so it can't get too crazy here. And now this is going to be one of those turns where you can just play your land, warp a Riddler, and get that draw too.
Yeah.
It's just so incredibly powerful.
If you see it,
In terms of catch-up mechanics in the format, Riddler is probably the best.
Yeah. Yep. You know you got a good card when it's great at catching you up. It's great when you're ahead.
Yeah.
It's just great.
You can mulligan more aggressively.
Yep.
Because if you're hellbent and you draw one of those or have one,
Exactly.
you just undo that.
Exactly. So now has the ability to play Monument as well if you kind of want to just tap out. And you just kind of got to think, all right, well, what kind of ability do you have to kill a monument, abrade, those kind of things, and if it's worth making it vulnerable.
Riddler warped, tapped out, setting up for potentially a pretty big turn next
I
turn.
want to say from Martin's side, I think we just have 4 lands in hand. Yeah, that is just 4 lands, 2 starting towns, 2 mountains.
Yeah, hate to see it,
Yeah.
but sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. So
Yeah.
congratulations to Francisco Sánchez, 4-2. He's in today too.
Yep, into day 2, has a good start here, playing Lessons, playing one of the better decks here in the format, and hope to see more of that other Rakdos Monument deck as well. That looked really cool.
Yeah, some super cool lists, and you know, some really, really good matchups still to come. So, friends, we're going to go to a short commercial break, and Maria will be with you after that.